everyone. Welcome to the Kelvin Report. My name is Kelvin.
I'm Nani.
I'm Taylor.
And we're doing something a little bit different this week. I wanted to have something that was way more personal, way more chill, and something where you guys can just, you can get your information, you can get the news of the week, but through us. So we're going to see how this goes. I don't know if this is just a 1 week thing or if this is something I'm definitely going to continue on with, but let's just see what happens. So without further ado, let's get into the actual news. So the first thing we're going to talk about, unfortunately, will be the 1,000 Oaks shooting that occurred this week. So for those of you guys who do not know, there was a shooting that occurred early in the week that was actually at a college party where it was a college party, a dance bar, where it was mostly a country music setting. And there was a shooting that occurred where 25 people lost their lives. And it was done by a veteran who was, who's of this country and who also was dealing with PTSD. And it's crazy because a lot of people are like trying to make this seem like, this was somebody from out of the country.
Like a terrorist attack.
Yeah. And
I feel like every shooting somehow becomes a terrorist attack, even though it's within our own, country.
And even his last name, people were just, because, they didn't have his photo to begin with. They only had, his name that they were going off of. And everyone was like, oh, he's out of the country,
You know what his last name was? Was it
I don't, but it was something that was specifically really long, really... Yeah,
it sounded foreign.
It sounded foreign. So a lot of people just was like, they went with that idea. And when they saw his photo, a lot of those people kind of just, they got quiet really fast. It was closed mouth for a second.
Maybe not.
Well, it seems like all of the shootings have been from white people. So
there's a trend there, obviously.
It's not always terrorists from out of the country.
Typically, not really. But hey, whatever floats your boat. And the whole situation is just really sad. Even a celebrity, Tamara, who is half of the sister duo, Tamara Mowry. Mm-hmm. Her niece was actually she was in the shooting, and she tragically lost her life. And that morning, I remember reading a couple of things on my Instagram, and Tamara actually left a post of, have you seen my niece? Please, let us know if there's any information. And somebody actually let her know, I think via Twitter, she's
From
actually
Twitter.
One of the victims.
That's really sad.
Imagine hearing about your loved one.
Exactly. Through
and you're
social media.
really just trying to find out how they're doing, where they're at, and you get a DM or a tweet saying, she was involved in the shooting and she passed away.
Didn't they say that she was missing before?
Yeah, they said that she was missing, and everybody was searching for her. A lot of people are like, "Hey, Tamara, we're looking for her. We're doing this for her." And I think they were keeping her updated as the process went on, and I think it accumulated to her, till reports actually coming out saying that she passed.
That's devastating.
Because there were so many bodies, and a lot of people were in the hospital, and some people passed away while they were in critical condition at the hospital. So
did he actually. He was trying to commit suicide.
Yeah,
after
he actually
shooting.
did. Yeah,
and he ended up
successful.
Passing away at the hospital.
Wow.
And I think a lot of people are talking about gun control now, and I'm kind of on this bandwagon because there's been so many shootings in America since the Sandy Hook shooting in 2012. And it's really crazy. I feel like we should really put more control on guns.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, because some countries don't even have guns for the public.
Yeah.
And do we need to become that kind of country?
I actually do believe that we should, because this is happening. It's too common.
Yeah.
It's every month.
Something
happening.
Every month.
And it makes me scared. We have the right to bear arms, but people are taking advantage of that to the extreme.
Not everybody is.
And now we're scared to even go to school, to church, to a club, to enjoy ourselves. We always have to be cautious of somebody coming up and shooting.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
it's always in the back of our minds all the time.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate. But we will keep you guys updated on this story. Hopefully, things will get better. But yeah, I'm just going to be optimistic and leave it on that note. Definitely. But carrying on from that story, A Thousand Oaks, the city is really going through a lot right now because they are caught in the California fire. Now, for those of you guys who don't know about this as well, there's a fire going on in California right now. Only 23% is actually contained there, which is really frightening because it's a really, really big fire. A lot of celebrities, a lot of your favorite celebrities, such as Lady Gaga, Kim and Kanye, and Robin Thicke, yeah, all of them, they have been fleeing. Their houses are burnt to the ground. And at first I was just hearing these stories and I was like, who cares? Because it's like Malibu houses and people, people
live in
Malibu
should be able to pay.
Exactly, right? I'm thinking like, y'all are gonna be all right.
Yeah.
But
they got insurance.
But actually, the fire is affecting everyone because the ashes, the smoke, it's traveling
I was just gonna say that.
everywhere.
Yes.
Pollution.
Yeah. After I read that part and I was reading up on it, I was like, okay, so this is affecting everybody. And a lot of people have been affected. Some people have even lost their lives because of it, which is really, really sad.
Dang, California is just going through it.
Yeah.
So, shout out. I mean, blessings to California.
Yeah, prayers out to you guys.
Which, I don't know even what to say. Like, I have a brother. I haven't called him yet, which I feel bad because it's in the LA area, but it's not them. Yeah, of course. I'll give you a call.
He's probably watching this like, been waiting on that call.
Or probably not. Because he never calls. So, hey, I'll give you a call.
After this video, we'll call.
Yeah, after the video, of course. Okay, and our third story and final story for the day will be voting. So many of you guys actually went out to vote this week. Hopefully, if you didn't, hey, make sure that you're informed next time, or make sure that you
take the time out of your day to do
yes. Plan.
It is important. You are picking the people who are going to help run this country.
Yes.
Vote.
Please. What I think is really great about this time, I think a lot of celebrities and a lot of everyone actually were just encouraging everyone who was able to vote to vote. I think I've never actually heard anyone be so pro-voting. This was the first time.
Honestly, yeah. This whole year was like very, very pro-vote. I feel like a lot of people really enforced it.
There was actually a 31% of young voters who actually came out to vote.
That's
of the
great.
youth, which is the highest it's ever been. It doesn't sound like that, like it's that much, but it's the highest it's ever been for young youth voters to come out.
I voted for the first time this election, so I'm one of those.
Me too.
Boom.
Yes. So.
Me too.
She's lying.
Okay, now, but if I did vote, I would have voted Stacey.
She said if I did vote, I would have voted.
I would have voted for Stacey. But let's go talk about the celebrities that were
affected.
That was kind of promoting
promoting
in this big scheme of things for the this election. I know that Oprah came out.
His favorite person.
Yes, favorite. I think that's both of our favorite persons.
It really is.
But I'm obsessed with Oprah. Obsessed.
Queen.
Yes. Hold on. Show them your.
Wait, I changed it. It's me now.
Hey, Oprah.
That used to be her
Sponsor
screensaver.
me. Put me on one of your shows, please.
Just be my mom.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
But like Barack Obama, Rihanna, Oprah, everyone was really like getting the word out there. Even
Taylor
social
Swift,
media.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. A lot of people are upset because Taylor Swift, she was promoting for the Democrats, trying to get
Republican state, right?
In a Republican state in Tennessee, which was really big because she actually she got a lot of the polls to swing Democratic versus Republican, and a lot of people were afraid. Unfortunately, her candidate didn't win. But it was something to kind of witness, because a lot of people don't realize that the singer, entertainer, actor,
celebrities have huge
impacts, influence.
Yeah,
and I definitely think that was a big hit home for them.
It really shows you like celebrities and their voices really do play a part in elections. So be mindful of that.
Which fortunately played out pretty well for us. But if it was the other way, I think that millennials especially are too involved in like praising, I guess, a celebrity and listening to what they say rather than having their own views.
They're like zombies. Like, just, like, she wants me to vote this. Let me vote this.
And you definitely need to do your research. Do not go to these polls not doing your research because that's even more foolish of you than not voting. I feel like they either don't vote if you do not know what you're voting for.
Don't be sheeple.
Yes, because that's so stupid in my opinion. And I probably shouldn't put my opinion in it, but it's my video, so I don't care. But I feel like that's just one of those things. Stacey Abrams, now she is currently she's currently counting all the votes. It was supposed to be done by Friday, I believe, counting up the votes because she's trying to get enough votes to have a runoff. However, she is because she is, I think 48% and 49. Yes. Which is actually 49.9 is if she gets up to there in the margins, she will have enough to do a runoff. Which is why she's counting the absentee ballots, counting the provisional ballots. For those of you guys who didn't register, you decided to do a provisional ballot. Those are being counted. And if you guys have still not, I don't know if it's still open or not, but there were hotlines for those of you guys who was trying to make sure that your vote got counted. Please use those hotlines. I don't know if they're still available, but you can at least try. Look it up.
The internet's a beautiful thing.
Yes,
Please
because
research.
we're trying, honestly, that Kemp has been doing some very messed up stuff when it comes to the voting. And if you're in Georgia and you know this, he's actually, his job title, which was before he was Secretary of State, I don't know exactly, but he dealt with
a very high position that was, he shouldn't have been able to run. Let's just say that.
Yes, and he dealt with the votes. He was the guy who deals with the votes. And he also had the power to throw votes out as well, which a lot of people are arguing that that's exactly what he did. Because a lot of people came out to support Stacey. She had a lot of pull and a lot of push. And some people are saying the numbers don't really add up to what was being, being seen.
The results.
So
the entire, when we went to, what was that place that we went to in Atlanta? The Pride.
Yeah.
She had everyone out there. Everyone was like, there was like thousands of people there. And
that y'all went to, because I don't think I went.
Oh, you didn't go?
No,
Yeah, we dropped you off at Afropunk. Either way, she had like basically the entire gay community. And I feel like majority of people should have voted, if anything.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I really think that they were messed with.
Yeah, honestly, I feel the same.
Because it shouldn't have been that close.
Yeah,
she shouldn't have been that low.
No. And like I feel like they were gunning for this, and there was already talk of voter suppression before this. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. And even a lot of people. Oh, there was also speaking of voter suppression, the whole thing with what's his face there with the Florida governor. He was the Florida candidate for governor. He was the black. I can't think of his name.
I'm looking it up.
Look him up. Look him up.
Florida governor.
But he's actually doing a recount.
Andrew Gilliam.
Yes, he actually originally lost and did his concession speech and everything. But just yesterday, Saturday, they reported that he is not going to, he's actually going to get a recount. Good. And a lot of people are going to be able to vote for him again and all of that, which I'm super excited for because there was talks of, voter suppression in Florida as well, which it's just a lot of voter suppression, and which is super unfortunate because this is a democracy. People are going out, spending their time to vote, and y'all aren't counting it.
Exactly.
But
what is the point even for democracy
if
it's going to?
Is it an illusion like everybody says?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it just for shits and giggles.
I guess so.
It just does not make any sense.
It really doesn't, and it's super unfortunate. But, you know, let's hope for the best in the future.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. And with that said,
Michelle Obama 2020. Bye.
Bye. Thank you guys for tuning in.